Barbecue Bubba from Arizona. We're doing jerky this morning. I've got the round steak, and I want to kind of show you some pictures here. What I've done is marinated it for a couple of days, turned it over, and what I do is I drain it into this colander strainer. So I'll go ahead and drain it like this. Let all the juices drain out, so otherwise it's going to get all over your grill. So I just let it drain here, move it around a little bit, and then I'll take the slabs. I like big, thick cuts here, and then I put it up on here, put some foil on it, and then what I'm going to do is take some of the jerky rub. Now you can put the jerky rub on before, or you could do it later. I do it both ways just to play with it sometimes. So put some jerky rub on. Again, this is 180 degrees for about 3.5 hours, and again, this has been marinating in the teriyaki and water for about 3 days. And I flip the bags over at nighttime. You'll see the bag here. This is a double bag. So if I did this here, you'll see that I got a double bag so it doesn't get all over the place. And like I say, I just turn it over at nighttime and move the meat around a little bit. Otherwise the meats get stuck to each other and they don't get marinated in between. You'll find you'll get coloration of the meat that's been sitting there. So this way everything gets touched. That morning, do the same thing, move it around. And we're gonna go put this on the grill here and see you in a minute. All right, so we got all the jerky on, and I'm using my Timberline just because I have, I don't know, 5 or 6 pounds, but you can do this on your Junior, and I've done it before, no problem. But you can see it's on there, it's marinade. Again, 3.5 hours at about 180. Plenty of pellets. So it's 8:30 in the morning Saturday. We'll come in here about, I'll say about noon, something like that. Check it out. Okay, we got the jerky off and we got a big pile of it here. And what I do is I put them in these Ziploc bags and try not to put them 2 or 3 stacked high. Just kind of lay them in there. You may have 1 or 2, but you can see it's already starting to sweat. And you want to leave those in the bag for about an hour or so, just like that, before you take them out and get ready. What happens is all that moisture builds up, the condensation, and it gets back into the meat, keeps it nice and moist. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's the next step here. All right, so I got all the jerky packaged out and it's just sweating. I ended up with 4 packages. So we'll just leave it here for a while. Like I said, about an hour or so. Doesn't have to be exact, but it'll sweat out and all that stuff. It'll be good. Okay, so the jerky back here, what I've done is, you can see it down here if you get a close-up up here. You see I'm just taking the scissors, I'm cutting them into bite-sized stuff. That way you're not wasting a whole piece if you decide not to eat some. And what I normally do is I'll take about pound bags each and I'll vacuum seal. That way it'll last a lot longer when I do travel. I like to take a couple bags with me, but simply just cut it up into bite-sized pieces, and now you got your own jerky, a little healthier, safer, definitely more healthy. Doesn't have the sodiums and all the stuff that in it that you when you buy this stuff. So been doing this for about 1.5 years, doing my own jerky, and everybody loves it. So we're taking some over to the party we're going to tonight. And again, I like real thick pieces. You can see how thick that is. That's probably a little too thick. But you can get a meat slicer, which I haven't got yet, so may get a meat slicer, so for slicing, make it a little easier. And again, just vacuum seal, 3 or 4 bags, pound and a half each, and then you've got jerky. It'll last you several months in a bag. But that's it. Hope you enjoy.